He's in! Comets win! Comets win!
There's a nice feed by Hunter! And Baisley with the rip. Dean Larry, you got to load that one up. Hey.
Oh, got a little wink action there.
Hey. And set. The Warriors in the state final!
From Great American Ballpark on the banks of the Ohio River on a gorgeous April Saturday here in Cincinnati, Ohio, ICRC is pleased to welcome you to another round of high school baseball. Hello, everyone. I'm David Olson, joined by my partner, Nathaniel. Nathaniel, we've got a great game here between two teams that really don't get to see each other a lot during the season.
No, not in the same division at all, but it should be a good matchup here in a Reds Futures game today. I like Centerville in this one. They are the 15th ranked team in the state, and I think they're going to show that out here today. But I think Milford's going to give them a real tough game, all that they can handle in this one.
Yeah, Nathaniel, I think you make a great point with Centerville being the 15th ranked team in the state, 14-5 overall, 9-0 in the GWAC National East Division. Milford is the home team today. They will be in the field first. On the bump for the Eagles, number 19, Calvin Hunter, the senior who's headed off to Marshall and the Rolling Herd come a couple of weeks to join their baseball program. Now, Nathaniel, if you're Milford, what do you do to stop this rolling Centerville team?
Well, I would imagine you rely on your pitching to some degree. But at the same time, I think where you can do the most damage, both teams are really good pitching effectively. But so far in the GWAC League, Centerville's only given up 20 runs total. So you have to start getting some runners on, get them in scoring position, get some runs early to build your confidence. I think if Milford's able to do that, they'll absolutely be able to get in this thing as the game progresses.
Yeah, with Hunter on the mound, he's also a threat at the plate. He's batting in the third position. He's got 23 hits and 56 at-bats. He has personally scored 15 runs, has 7 doubles, 2 triples, 16 ribeyes, 2 stolen bases, and on an on-base percentage of .476, and he's batting .411. So we'll see if Hunter can get it done in the field and at the plate today, as Milford just threw down to second base as we're going to get started here from Great American Ballpark. Leading off for the Elks, number 12, Ryan Stahl, the junior. Hunter takes his spot on the mound, gets his call, and here's the pitch. Ball 1, up and in for Stahl. Milford defense playing a little deep on the right side of the infield, left side, creeped in a little bit. Third baseman Jonathan Bubba Baker creeping in about the grass line. Outfielders playing about midway through. Not needing to play back, obviously, as Centerville's not proved their hitting ability yet on a major league field, with 404 being center field, 370 being the power alley in right center. Going 325 down the right field line, 328 down the left field line. Ground ball to third. Baker over to Frank, and there's one out.
Well, that's going to help out the pitcher Hunter there. You saw on the third pitch he bounced the ball in there. Possibly some nerves playing in one of the greatest stages around this area, and that's going to help settle him down to just get that first out and work his way into the game.
Yeah, we'll see if Hunter can use that. And as this is known at the major league level, it's a hitter's park, Nathaniel, so we'll see if Hunter can, play defense really well, work the plate, and work the positions and rely on his defense when needed. As we've got a 0-1 count, 1 out, just a bit outside, 1-1 for Calvin Hunter. As I mentioned in the opening, a pitch perfect day here in Cincinnati. Not too hot just yet. Just a couple clouds in the sky. These teams couldn't have asked for a better one, as we're going to get a high fly ball to left field. Flies out to Sam Greenwell, pardon me, out there in left field. 2 down for the Eagles. Now batting for the Elks, number 10, Morgan Calopi. He's a senior. Calopi is one to look out for Centerville. He has 6 doubles, 2 triples, 2 dingers, 24 RBIs, 10 stolen bases, and is batting .417. 1-0 count to Calopi. Hunter working from the windup. Strike one. Calopi settles in. Hunter gets a sign, deals. Ground ball right back at Hunter, and he'll get that over for a 1-2-3 first inning.
No nerves there, right back at you. Bang, bang play.
Absolutely, and if you're Hunter, you've got to love that. You have to love that. So the Eagles will come up. We'll have Anthony Bassano, Sam Greenwell, and Calvin Hunter. 1-2-3 for the Eagles. On the hill for Centerville, Ben Wesney, the junior, number 14. So we'll see how Centerville fares against a 1-2-3 inning. We'll see if their defense can put up the same, or we'll see if Milford can get the bats hot early. As you mentioned earlier, it's something that they're going to need to do with the Centerville team only allowing 20 runs in conference play so far, which is huge. As we're getting towards the meat of the season for high school baseball here in the city of Cincinnati. First of 3 games today here at Great American Ballpark. Edgewood and Harrison following, and then Loveland and St. X tonight. So 3 great baseball games here at Great American Ballpark today, as the Reds are in St. Louis after putting a waxing on the Cardinals last night.
That's always fun to see, you know. It's just, I think when I stopped watching last night, it was 9-1, I think.
The big complaint from the Cincinnati faithful has been we've not been able to get the bats hot. And I think to go into our biggest division rival and put up 12 runs, I think that's very exciting for us. Puig starting to get hot, just if the Reds, their pitching has been great. Luis Castillo and his staff has done a great job of keeping low-scoring games. It's been the bats that have not been producing for the Reds, but it's a 162-game season, so we got a long way to go.
Yeah, I think most Reds fans would be hoping that they got most of their hitting woes out of the way. I mean, it's kind of weird seeing Joey Votto batting around 230 and seeing Eugenio Suarez again low 200s. I think Puig with this recent tear has been able to get his average up over 200.
That's what we like to see. And here comes Centerville. Milford at the plate. Anthony Bassano takes one up and in for ball 1. Wesney's not messing around. He's gonna work quick. Here comes pitch 2. Pitch on the outside corner. Strike one. Anthony Bassano steps into the plate, chokes up a little bit. Catcher sets up outside. Bassano turns on one. That's deep left field. That's off the wall. Bassano's got 2 easily.
Wow, that was darn close to being out of here.
Yeah, I think that if that might have been a foot or 2 up, that might have been a leadoff home run for the Eagles. Comes Sam Greenwell, senior, headed off to the University of Georgia next year. Now, Nathaniel, this is what you talked about. The Eagles needed to get runners in scoring position and the leadoff batters at second. That's exactly what you needed for the Eagles if they want to get their offense started here quick.
Perfect opportunity. We'll see. There's a bunt here.
Greenwell lays down a great bunt, and Wesney fumbles it. Now you got runners at the corners with Calvin Hunter up to bat.
So again, a little nervy from both pitchers to start out the game. This time, Centerville just a little bobble there, and the next thing you know, you've got a great opportunity for the Milford Eagles here early.
Henderson at shortstop calling his play to the catcher, what they want to do with runners at first and third. Hunter settles in. As I mentioned earlier, he's headed off to Marshall at Huntington, West Virginia for the rolling third, and Hunter turns on one.
That's
great
a nice
catch.
play.
Yeah, great catch out there in center field from Calopi. One down. Runners on the corners. Up to bat for the Eagles. Number 21, Hunter Frank, left-handed batter. First lefty we've seen today, so we'll see how the Elks adjust to that. Greenwell on first, Bassano on third. Wesney working from the stretch now. This catcher sets up low and away. Frank turns on one. 6-4-3, double play. Great way to get out of that for the Elks, Nathaniel.
Couldn't have scripted it better for Centerville.
Yeah. After Bassano turns on one early, Greenwell gets down the bunt after the air, and then, just right where you don't want to hit it. He just was a little late getting it through the hitting zone and turned into a double play. So we'll see how the Eagles bounce back from that as Nathaniel's going to take over the play-by-play action. Now, both teams are very deep, Nathaniel. So they've brought a lot of their players here, some JV players, just in case, just so that they can get to experience this as much as their starters get to. So we'll see how the teams decide to do the pitching rotations or what they're doing to let these guys soak in this experience, because kids dream about playing on this field from young ages. These kids were born as the stadium was open, so that they've known is Great American Ballpark, and getting to be here and getting to play on the biggest stage. Yeah, the crowd's not very big, but you're still here. You're still playing in front of your friends and family, and you're still playing, where you've seen so many people do great things. Adam Dunn's put one in the river, Ken Griffey Jr. Just there's a lot of history in this stadium.
Oh, absolutely. As we get Jenkins, the first baseman, coming up here to the plate, I would say my favorite memory of the ballpark here is walking in with my mom. We came a little late to the ball game, as there's a ball cracked up the middle. That's going to be into center field for a base hit. Jenkins on early, and so here comes Centerville.
Max Ward out there in center field for the Eagles. Now we'll see how Calvin Hunter bounces back.
Yeah, absolutely. But as we were coming in, my mom and I were a little late to the game. We came in bottom of the first, and that's the infamous game where Brandon Phillips and Yadier Molina got into it. And so we were walking in the upper decks right as the fight was breaking out. Had to figure out what had happened, saw everything on the replay board. I mean, moments like that, guys who are in this stadium and out there on that field, they've seen all that sort of stuff. And now to be here on that field and just be a part of this history, that's something that's absolutely priceless.
Absolutely.
Throw over to mound there by Hunter, just to make sure that Jenkins is paying attention.
Got to keep him honest.
0-1 the count, and that's swung on to third base, on to second, tried to turn the double play, not going to go. Well, that's one out there. That'll put Jenkins away. Hoffman now standing on first.
It's Baker to Grant Whitaker. It's always a good thing when you can get the lead runner. Keeping them honest over there, and we'll see how the Eagles defense continues to fare with another runner on first with one down.
Ball one inside. So we're looking at Jared Lieberman, got 9 RBIs. There's a ball outside. See what he can do here for the Elks. Cracked out into center field, chasing it down. It is going to drop for a single there. And so 2 runners aboard now for the Elks. Great scoring opportunity.
Yeah, it's a tough break, just a little bloop. And, with this outfield being so big, the outfielders are not even playing that deep, but still just a little bloop single off the bat of Lieberman as Smith, the catcher, comes comes to the plate.
And the Eagles were doing everything they could to get it. Just managed to lace its way over the head of the shortstop, Bassano. Nearly tracked it down. Ball outside. 1-0 the count.
I think it's fitting Milford's wearing these white and black pinstripes today. Kind of reminds me of the 99 home uniforms that were displayed downstairs outside the Diamond Club level. Those were probably one of my favorites. I was a big Sean Casey guy growing up. And
there you go.
Just, I think black and white pinstripes here in Cincinnati means a lot just because of what Sean Casey did to the city, being the mayor and just doing what he did. So I think it's fitting that Milford's decided to wear those today.
And on top of that, they look sharp out here.
Oh, absolutely.
So 2-1 to count. As Hunter's going to step off the mound. Collects himself. And he's looking it on with Hoffman there. Little game of cat and mouse early. Pitch on. Outside. 3-1.
I think Hoffman might be in his head. He kept looking back and making him step off, but he throws that one low and away, and as you got 3-1 count, and you would suspect Smith has a green light here.
We'll see as the pitch comes on, right down the heart of the plate. Not going to go for it. 3-2, full count. So we'll see with the all-important pitch on its way. Swung on and foul.
I got it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just a little short. Security will grab that as most of the park is taped off.
Well, if you wanted to come home with a foul ball, this would probably be your greatest opportunity, as that's ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. All-important base on balls there for Lieberman as the catcher. Smith comes up to the plate.
I think Hunter just needs to have a conversation with either his catcher or his pitching coach. I think he's just kind of in his own head at this point and needs to step off and regroup and see what he can do to get 2 outs here real quick and not sacrifice any runs.
Centerville Elks knocking on the door here early. 1-1 the count. Ball outside makes it 2-1. And the chant begins. Let's go Elks. Lined out into center field. That's going to be caught, but tagging up and scoring is going to be Hoffman. So the third baseman makes it in from third base. First blood drawn by the Elks. 1-0 here in the top of the second inning.
It's a great throw by Ward from center field. So it was a one-hopper, just a little delayed. So only 1 run, not too bad. We'll see how Hunter works out of this, and if he can just keep it to 1 run, or if the Elks offense gets started.
Well, so now runners on second and third. And ball 1.
Blown away, ball 2. I think Hunter's just begging to get out of this inning, as Milford does have someone up in their bullpen out there in right field under the Planet Fitness $10 a month sign.
Nice little sponsorship plug there. Strike 1 is going to make the count 2-1.
Now, at least no one's wooing yet, like as they do in the Reds games. When it gets late and we're down 100-0, they just start wooing. That's when the game needs to be turned off. That's the most annoying part.
Yeah, a little early for that one, but We'll see. Maybe by the 5th or 6th we might get it started here.
There it is.
Swung on, struck him out to end the inning, but not before a run scored by the Elks as we go to the bottom of 2. It's Centerville up by 1.
Of Whitaker, Ward, and Sluter coming up for the Eagles. Part of the order. Whitaker, senior, I believe. Junior, pardon me. Now that pitch was up in the zone, Nathaniel, and I think Calvin just trying to take him to high heat, and hitters love high fastballs, so you got to be disappointed when you swing at one like that because you're not making contact. But great job by Hunter of working the areas of the plate.
Yeah, I did.
Now, if you're these kids, you couldn't have asked for a better day to be here. I mean, they've got prom later tonight, so hopefully no broken bones or no hits for the Milford kids as they got to go get ready for prom.
The Milford prom, man. It's been a hot second since I was in on one of those.
So hopefully those kids are safe and have fun tonight and can enjoy that. It's a special time, but let's get back to baseball here.
Well, before then, maybe they'll have some fun this morning, trying to come away with the win as the first pitch is swung on past the third baseman into left field. Base hit to start off the inning.
Whitaker, guys get up there and they want to take that first pitch fastball, but Whitaker's like, nope, I'm gonna swing it if I like it. Puts one right between the third baseman and shortstop as Max Ward comes up to the plate for the Eagles.
So the center field Ward comes into it, ready for the pitch. Ball 1.
Good turnouts for both teams so far. As Ward takes one off the arm, and runners on first and second for the Eagles. But Centerville, that's probably a 45-minute drive down here to downtown Cincinnati. Milford about 30, depending on which way you go. If you go 275 to 471 or 71 south. So great turnout on an early Saturday morning, 10 a.m. first pitch. So great to see the faithful of both teams coming out as Brady Sluter steps into the plate for the Eagles.
Well, that's the dedication of family there. Sluter, I've already seen as that's a tip bunt foul. I called a basketball game for Milford earlier in the year back in February, and I called I think it was Milford versus Turpin. Had some good plays in that game. Multi-sport athlete. 6'4" height definitely helped with basketball.
Yeah, he's very aggressive. I got to coach him last year, and I got to see him develop as a player. And he's a great kid, great future. I think his initial intentions, he did want to be recruited for baseball, but I think he switched that to basketball. But great kid, and I think he's a tremendous athlete. Really gives his all to whatever he's doing.
Not afraid to be selfish either as he's attempting to bunt, but that one's going to be foul. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, he's very aggressive. I got to coach him last year, and I got to see him develop as a player. He's a great kid, great future, I think.
Trying to make the most of this opportunity, advance the runners over, but I say with the power that comes with a 6'4" frame, let her rip.
Absolutely.
Going to have to at this point, but yeah, I'd like to see it. Swung on to the second baseman. That's going to be Ace says he's out. That's going to be a 4-6-3 double play.
Those have been two for the Eagles, and that's just got to be a heartbreaker as you've hit in to double plays in the first and second inning. But you do advance Whitaker to third with Bubba Baker coming up for the Eagles.
Still an opportunity here. Runner on third for Bubba Baker. Takes a pitch inside, ball 1.
You know, Baker, just a sophomore, one of 2 or 3 sophomores on this varsity roster, and he's done a lot for the Eagles so far, and we'll see if he can put a run on the board and get this game back all knotted up at 1.
Ball across the heart of the plate, 1-1 the count. Ball 2. And Yo's down there warming up in the on-deck circle. I love that old script Cincinnati logo. I get a big kick out of seeing that.
You know, I wish we wore it more. I think just that C that we wear now is kind of like we've had it for a while, and I think it'd be something new. So I know we wear it on our batting practice caps and then our spring training caps, but I would love to see them bring that C back and kind of bring back some more retros, as we are celebrating 150 years of Major League Baseball and the Reds this year, dating back to 1869, with the Reds being the first Major League team in baseball history.
Yeah, tell Detroit they're not the only one who gets to have an old-time vowel letter there. Launched up. It's going to be a foul ball down the left sideline.
Takes a nice hop off the cement, rolling around. There's a souvenir for a fan.
Picked it up, giving it to the kid.
That's the way to do it.
There you go, young fella. 3-2 the count now. Bounce back up to the shortstop. Looks to be thrown on to first in time. That will end the inning. So the Eagles get some men on, but not able to do anything with it so far. It's still 1-0 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning.
Here comes back the Milford player who was in the bullpen. So we'll see who's on the mound for the Eagles now, as Calvin Hunter's 2-inning outing is over. It is 1-0 Centerville. Be Jake Becker, senior, on the mound for the Eagles. Elks took advantage of Hunter being rattled. And just a quick ground out to the shortstop. And the Eagles, Centerville still with a 1-0 lead. And as Nathaniel mentioned early in the game, they've only allowed 20 runs, and their bats get hot quick. So we'll see if Milford's defense can continue to tame the bats, keep it 1-0, keep it low scoring, and then let their bats get hot, as we are only in the 3rd of 7 innings. Leading off for the Elks, number 12, Ryan Stahl, the leadoff hitter. He's also the designated hitter for the day. Some notes about Stahl: he's got 24 hits and 62 at-bats, 21 runs, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 2 dingers, 19 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, an on-base percentage of .500, and he's batting clean .387. So we'll see if the Eagles can tame that. I mean, 2 dingers. You got to love to see it.
And in a hitter's ballpark like this, he would just love to launch today.
Yeah, you know, it's on a nice sunny day. The ball should be popping off the bat. I think that the hitters would like for it to be a little bit warmer, just so they get that extra turn. But you know, as we saw on the bottom of the first, Bassano turned on one down deep left field. So we'll see if Stahl can do the same thing as we go to the top of the 3rd. Becker steps in, gets a sign, deals. Outside corner, strike 1.
Well, you can understand why coach of Milford made the pitching change. There's a little bit of tricky stuff going on for Hunter in last inning. And while he was able to contain it, you don't want to let Centerville get into it too much. The last 2 games, they've been on a tear. They've outscored their opponents 14-1. Shellacked Springfield in a home-and-home situation.
14-1. Wow. Over the last how many games you said?
Last 2 games there. Over their last 3, they've scored 24 runs. So they're averaging 8 in their last 3.
Yeah, I agree with Tom Kilgore and his decision to get Hunter out of there, but he's also got another senior pitcher, Jake Becker, on the bump. So using that senior leadership early here at GABP just to try and contain the Elks offense. As we've seen, they're electric and they're able to do a lot of things. So we'll see if the Eagles defense can step up and then they get their bats hot as they come back into to bat as Becker gets it right back to him. 1 down here in the first as the Eagles are going around the horn. As a pitcher, you got to love that nice, soft little bump liner right back at you, not something where you're having to dive out of the way or risk injury for. As I don't know if you saw, I think it might have been the Marlins pitcher who had to tilt back and he caught it right up against his neck. Like if he wouldn't have tilted, it might have been night for him. It's Becker.
I didn't see that play, but I'll have to go look it up. Sounds like a dubious situation.
It's kind of like the Matrix.
There you go. I imagine a couple years ago, Giancarlo Stanton could have used some of those moves.
Yeah, as you've seen, a lot of the batters have now gone to that extra face extension on their batting helmet. Harper, Stanton, Mike Trout. A lot of the players just not wanting to risk face injury, so adding on an extra extension to their batting helmet.
Yeah, I'm noticing you're mentioning the pretty ones.
Yeah.
Got to keep that face looking good for the cameras.
Exactly, the money makers. 2-1 for Becker. Stahl, the leadoff hitter at the plate for the Elks. Becker keeps working that right side. 3-1. Becker steps in with a high pitching arm. Sets, steals, throws, foul ball. Full count here for Stahl. Pardon me, that's Shea Henderson, the senior pitcher for the Elks. Stahl grounded out to Becker to start the inning. Ooh, strike 3, but he throws the bat back towards the on-deck circle. That could have been dangerous, but good thing those on-deck hitting circles are back far enough to where you don't want to risk throwing a bat at your teammate. So that won't end well. Here comes Morgan Calopi for the Elks. Nice breeze.
Man.
Nice liner, but back to that last at bat, throwing the back. I mean, obviously they've put up the safety nets here at GABP and all around Major League Baseball to help prevent foul ball injuries or thrown bat injuries. But that's a metal bat. Wood bats might not hurt as much, but I mean that's a metal thing coming right at you. So there's the net as you see running down the first and third base lines. It goes to about the end of the dugout, and then it's fair game. But we'll see what the Eagles can do. Becker's got a 1-1 count, 2 down. Set, steals, high pitch, ball 2. Now, if you're the left fielder out there, you got to love it. You're standing right there in the shade, nice and cool out there. I mean, it's up here in the visitors' TV booth. It's getting kind of toasty. So I would love to be Mr. Sam Greenwell, but we've got to breeze a little right to left action. It works its way in here every once in a while.
Yeah, Sluter and Ward got shafted. They got to be out there. And oh my goodness!
He turned on that. Is that gone? That's gone.
Wow.
That's a home run for Morgan Calopi, and that's his 3rd dinger of the year. And, he put that 320, so that's 328 down the line. He probably put that 335 on the fly.
And I'm loath to leave the booth and take a break here because I'm enjoying the action I'm seeing. But I'll tell you what, just a couple of rooms over, there's a guy from the MLB network who's taken chart of all this sort of thing. I'd love to know what the exit velocity, launch angle, all that sort of thing. He absolutely crushed it out of here.
Yeah, wow. So hopefully a sibling or someone can go over and get that out for him, because that's a ball that you want to cherish, hitting a home run at a major league park as you're a senior in high school, because he might not get a chance to play at the big leagues. So being able to say that he hit a home run here at GABP is awesome for him. So congrats to Morgan. Back to action. The Elks now lead 2-0, a 1-0 count. Maybe the home run rattled Becker a little bit.
I was just going to say that you got to reset yourself here for the pitcher and for the whole Milford squad. That'll rattle you a little bit when you get a home run put off you like that, because they're so few and far between at this level.
Definitely agree, but as we said, it's a hitter's park, and you see 328 very it's a common distance for high schoolers to high school fields to use. So Calopi just found one he liked and he turned on it, and goodbye baseball. 1-2 count for Becker. Becker works the outside, misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs for the Elks. Theme of 2s here today in our first of 3 games with ICRC-TV and ICRC Sports. Becker works the inside, misses. Full count here in the top of the 3rd. Becker sets, gets a sign. Working from the windup. Here comes the payoff pitch. Just a bit outside. Looks like Milford's got another pitcher up in the bullpen. So we'll see how Coach Tom Kilgore uses Jake Becker, if it's a 1-inning outing for him today. I think there goes a security guard to get that ball for Calopi. Working down the third base line. Now, I would have loved to have seen him hit the the Toyota sign or the Tundra. Would he have won that truck?
Someone's got to hit it at some point.
I think that thing might be up there for as long as I've lived, and I've never seen anyone win the truck.
Or even get close to it. I just like to see the chance for the baseball to get so close that the fans could cheer for it or something like that, but it never seems to happen.
It's like my golf game when it's getting close to the hole. I'm like, go, just get there. But it never works out. But they've got. But I'm glad they've got the safety valve out there at the power stacks and right center as a backup plan, just in case. Because even at the home run derby a couple years ago, they weren't even putting them by the truck. So, it's a great marketing tactic.
Oh yeah.
Becker works. Strike 1, 2-1 count on Hoffman.
Hoffman's quite the pitcher himself. As I was doing my research for this game, he's probably one of the most highly touted prospects on this Centerville team. He's about 6'3", 197, throws a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Good metrics, and he looks to have himself a good career coming up. He's verbally committed to Clemson already. We'll see if he can do something for the Tigers. Of course, you got to get the full commitment coming on, but it's a good look early. Absolutely.
Clemson they have a way of all of their sports programs being competitive, and with the Tigers on topic, Dabo Swinney, 10 years, $93 million. Absolutely insane, but that's what you do when you develop a winning culture and win 2 national championships in a couple of years, and you're repeatedly in the conversation. You got to love being down there for the Tigers. As you get a liner towards Bassano. Bassano throws over to first. Scoop, no good, but great base running from the Elks as Jenkins takes third and home as the Elks take a 3-0 lead after the air from first baseman Frank on the scoop. Connor Frank, as I mentioned earlier, junior. Just a bad break for the Eagles. As Lieberman steps in for the Elks, left-handed batter. Strike 1.
I think he'd like to have that swing back. That was way outside.
You know, at least he didn't throw his bat at it. You see that with the Reds a couple times. They'll like try and reach for one and just throw your bat at it. Maybe you'll make contact and you'll get a foul ball out of it.
That's what happens when you get into a slump of that proportion.
Right.
Lays off at that time.
Great pitch by Becker to throw it right back. It's like, all right, if you're going to swing, I'm gonna work that corner. But there is the security guard returning the home run ball to Calopi's dad. Awesome that the Red staff was able to get that for him. And there's a foul ball back. Takes a bounce off the cement stairs. But, you know, Red security staff getting a little bit of extra work. Usually what would be an off weekend here for the Reds Futures High School Showcase presented by Skyline Chili. Becker works the outside corner again, 2-2. Runner on first. Becker working from the stretch. Eagles in a jam here. Giving up 2 runs this inning. See if they can get out. Over to first. Safe.
If he does it again, can we start booing? It's one of my favorite parts about baseball is heckling the other team's pitcher when he throws over too many times.
Turns on it. Whitaker fields it at second. And there's the third out for the Eagles. But the damage was done after Calopi's home run and the air from Frank. Centerville puts up 2. We're going back to Nathaniel. We're actually going to the bottom of the third. That was a long inning.
Felt like a whole inning.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, wow. You know, that just does the damage. So we'll see what the Reds hitters can do. The Eagles hitters can do is Yo's going to lead off, catching. He's calling the shots today behind the plate for the Eagles.
It's easy to confuse them. They're still wearing those pinstripes, so it looks just like them.
Exactly, and they're wearing red. So, like, I mean, if they were wearing blue or something, I'd be able to make them distinct. But you know, when you're wearing red at the Red Stadium, it's hard to not mess that up. Looks like Centerville has a new pitcher. Alex Bayerly, Jr., number 15. So, 2 innings of work for both starting pitchers so far.
Bayerly rocking a 1.95 ERA in the 14-plus innings that he's pitched. Has 2 saves, a little bit of work as a closer, 13 strikeouts. Guy knows how to spin the ball.
You know, and that's the great thing about the high school level. You don't have like certain positions. Like you're not just specifically a closer. Yeah, you could be a pitcher only, but that means you could be a starter, you could be a middle reliever, you could be a setup man, you could be a closer. So that's one of the things I like about the high school level of baseball is, you know, you're getting work in all the innings. 1-0 count to Yo. Yo takes strike 1, 1-1. Yo just trying to find something that he likes. See if he can get the Eagles started. Anthony Bassano in the on-deck circle. Yo turns on one of the shortstop. And Henderson feels it, throws it over to Jenkins, 1 down for the Elks. Now batting Anthony Bassano, the senior. He turned on one early in the game, but it was just short. It was a stand-up 2-bagger to lead off the game for the Eagles. So we'll see if he can stay hot at the plate. Turns on one to right field, but that'll be a souvenir for all the fans down there down the first baseline.
So he's trying to go the opposite way. Pulled one down the left field line last time for the double. This time trying to work the right side of the field.
Can't complain about that. You know, being a hitter and being able to be aggressive and put one down the right field line or put one down the left field line, I think is important as a batter. Bassano looks at it, 1-1. Barely working from the stretch. Bassano turns on another one. Or a foul ball. Ooh, second level. I think that might have bounced off the TV in the suite level. Good thing those things are durable. But looks like when the Reds come home from that home stretch, someone will find a OHSAA baseball. Sano turns on one. Shortstop. 2 down. As Henderson has had a hand in both outs so far for the Elks. Sam Greenwell, left fielder, coming in. Eagles offense needing to get started here. Sets, deals. Strike one. Home plate umpire loves that outside corner. He's giving it to both pitchers today so far.
Well, that's the important part. You don't want to favor one side too much, else the other side starts complaining.
There you go. And the Eagles going back towards the shortstop, but Greenwell gets one through. He's got a runner on with 2 down for the Eagles. Calvin Hunter stepping up to the plate for Milford.
And I don't know, what level these umpires are, if they're the same volunteer umpires that are usually around at all the games, or if they've got special ones in for this one, but it's got to be just as much fun for them being out on a field like this instead of being at your average community baseball field.
Absolutely. And there's an off-speed pitch, and Hunter swings and misses at that one. But, yeah, absolutely. These umpires, they get to watch umpires on TV too. So, getting to do it here at GABP. I believe they are OHSAA-sanctioned umpires. I believe Milford scheduled them with them being the home team, saying, hey, our game's going to be at Great American Ballpark. You guys get to come out and work it. As at the high school level, we've only got 2 umpires, where at the major league level, you've got an umpire at every corner in the stadium. So hopefully a play that's deep or, hard to judge doesn't come into ruling, because the OHSAA doesn't have replay yet. But Jerry Snodgrass did tweet that they are thinking about getting replay in, as Hunter lines one out to left field. And 3 up, 3 down for the Eagles. Going back to Nathaniel for the 4th inning. Centerville leads 3-0. We'll be right back after this.
I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
And welcome back into this little Reds Futures preview. Already Centerville Elks up 3-0 on the Milford Eagles. We're here in the top of the 4th inning. There's been a pitching change. Sam Roth Jr. now in for the Eagles. Comes into this one with a 3-even ERA. He'll be looking to limit the Centerville side, give his team an opportunity to come back here. 3 hits for both sides already. Elks making the most of their opportunities. And up for Centerville, going to lead off with Smith, the catcher. Ball 1 outside. Smith had the RBI sacrifice fly in the 1st inning. going up for his second time. Going to take strike one. 1-1 the count. Coming in just a little outside that time, 2-1.
Ross really liking that outside corner. He's really just trying to work it. I'd say he needs to go inside just to see if, change the batter's eye. There's a foul ball. Another.
Roth setting. Pitches inside. Strike three. Got him.
Exactly what he needed to do there. Work the inside corner and get Smith looking, and there's a backwards K for the book. One down for the Eagles.
So we'll now see for the second time today, Muckerhide struck out in the first inning. It takes strike one there. Outside ball one. Inside working back the other way. It'll be ball two. Nearly had him like the strike to finish off the previous batter. He goes back the other way. Ball outside.
These Eagles pitchers just really struggling today to settle in and, be able to deal their stuff.
As ball four is called there, that's a walk. So an early base runner here for Roth Jr. And the right fielder Moyer comes up. Roth looking in, deals, blazes it by him.
Big swing and a miss. Moyer wanted that one.
0-1 the count. Roth looking over to first just a little bit. Generous leadoff taken, and we're going for the stolen base. The call is safe. Close play. But Muckerhide managed to get in by the hair of his chinny chin chin.
Yeah, great throw from Yo. Put it right on a dime, and Whitaker just set his glove down right where he was sliding into, but just beats the throw by, as you said, a very small margin.
Roth wants him badly. Threw it back trying to get him.
Looks like Edgewood has just arrived here. They are the second. Oh, he turns on one. That's deep. That'll be foul.
From this angle, looked like it might have some juice, but curled off. 1-2 the count now for Moyer. Deals in. That is hammered out to left field, but under it and making the play is Greenwell. 2 down in the inning. So Smith down by strikeout, Moyer out by flyout. To the top of the order we go. Stahl, the designated hitter, coming in. Stahl with 19 RBI would definitely like to add to his total here. Ball sails over the head of Stahl. 1-0.
Did you see Reese Hoskins the other night after he took a ball behind? He was thrown at by a Mets pitcher, and the next night faced him, and he took 34 seconds on his home run trot.
Yeah, they said the fastest that he had run around the bases before that was like 23 or 24 seconds. Took a nice long time. Little stare down there. I like it.
Yeah, it's just like what Dietrich did in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago for the Reds. He turned on one and put one out there in the river, and if you're gonna put one in the river, I would stare at it too. So, with Pittsburgh getting all butthurt about that, that's what kind of bothered me, because that pitcher is known for taunting people after he strikes them out. So when he gets taunted, he doesn't like it.
And there is strike 3 on the outside corner. Been working it there. Second punch out of the inning is going to end it, and we're going to go to the top of the 5th inning. We'll take a little break here.
I believe we have a new center fielder and left fielder.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard.
I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
Coming back on for some action in the bottom of the 4th. Pitcher Calvin Hunter up to bat.
I believe that's Hunter Frank.
Pardon me, Hunter Frank. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
There's a lot of Hunters on this team. Hunter Johnson.
Calvin Hunter, Hunter Frank, Hunter Johnson.
Hunter Johnson, also the quarterback of the football team, led Milford to their first playoff win in 30-something years. So, getting it done at the dish and on the football field. But you can go back and see that win against Fairfield on ICRC-TV.com and all of our archived games, from girls volleyball to baseball to basketball to football, softball, girls lacrosse, anything you would like. Check out ICRC-TV.com. Also, if you are interested in working, contact Jason at ICRC-TV.com. Jason at ICRC-TV.com.
Strikeout there. Puts Frank away.
On the football field, but you can go back and see that win against Fairfield on ICRC-TV.com and all of our archived games from girls.
And ball 1 delivered there to Whitaker.
Softball, girls lacrosse, anything you would like. Check out ICRC-TV.com. Also, if you are interested in working.
Ball high, gonna be ball 2. 2-0 the count. Strikeout there. Puts Frank away. Whitaker fouls that one back. 2-1.
I'd love to get one up here, as long as it's not blazing up here. I think it'd be kind of fun to catch one, but no, I didn't bring my glove today.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully the heat's all off it by the time it gets up here.
Just falls right into our lap, right?
Yeah, I'd take it. Don't think I won't push you out of the way to get it either.
Exactly.
I'll get my hands on that foul ball. And we got strike 2, full count now.
Whitaker wanted ball 4.
Not gonna get it as the all-important payoff pitch coming here. Fly ball out into right field. Handled easily there by the right fielder, Moyer. A little danger here for the outfielders to be getting the ball lost up by the sun. Hasn't quite crested yet, so that's kind of behind him. pitch is going to be ball 1, delivered into Ward. Ward, his last time up, was hit by a pitch and nearly hit again. I don't know if Centerville has some sort of vendetta against this young man, but he's taken him inside so far.
He is very, he's in the box. He's crowding the plate, I would say. And he's not the biggest body. There's strike 2, but he's not, like Sluter's 6'4", so he's on top of the plate, and he just wants to turn on one. So if they're going to work the inside, then you're going to risk hitting him.
Coming in, chip foul, 2-2.
Great job by the Reds grounds crew just to get the field all prepped for today after the rain we've had the past couple days, and all the work they've done so far for the future showcase.
Ball high, 3-2. Ward steps out, steps back in. And going to work. Takes his base. So an opportunity here for a 2-out RBI if Sluter's lucky. Man on first base.
Yeah, if he can turn on one of the power alleys, I think Ward will score easily. Ward is very fast. We'll see if Sluter can use that 6'4" frame of his and turn on one.
That is laced between left and center.
Oh, Ward will score easily.
Going into the gap there. As I said, it was a long shot for that RBI, but scoring easily is Ward. And so the first run on the board for the Eagles. It's now 3-1. Be interesting to see if the Elks start having someone up in the bullpen. Don't see any action just yet, but it could be coming soon.
Pinch hitter for the Eagles, number 10, Lucas Neidhart. So back-to-back lefties here for the Eagles. Great job of Sluter putting it in the power alley. 387, second deepest part of the ballpark, right next to center field being 404. So Sluter getting the Eagles to strike blood. Here comes Neidhart. We'll see if he can do the same thing and get another 2-out ribeye for the Eagles.
It's a ball to start it out. 1-0.
Coach Tom Kilgore working his way down the third base line, being honest with that coach's box.
And awaiting the second pitch is Neidhart. Comes in for ball 2.
On deck, we got another pinch hitter, Mason Harvey, junior catcher for the Eagles. So Tom Kilgore getting these other younger players some experience to be able to play in and step up and see if they can help the Eagles get this back to a tie ball game.
Absolutely, as there's a ball inside. And that's going to make it 3-0. And, obviously you want to win this game. It'd be fun to be here, but you also want to give some of your other players an opportunity here. And it's non-conference, so it's not going to hurt you in the main scheduling of everything.
Absolutely, and I don't think this bat's going to leave Neidhart's bat unless it's right down the pipe. But ball 4. So here comes Harvey, right-handed batter, as Centerville's going to send two guys down to the right field bullpen. Get some work.
Let's see. Looks like that's going to be senior Sterling Hill making his way over there to get warmed up.
As you see, just ball 4 taken by Neidhart. Neidhart doing a great job of not trying to bite on something silly on a 3-0 count with 2 outs. So, no, he draws the walk. Mason Harvey's going to step up to the plate. We'll see what Harvey can do after a long conference there. on the mound, my God, discussing like what they're going to do for dinner, what they're going to do after the game. Just coach is taking his sweet old time getting off the field.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's got to take it in too. You know, being able to manage and being able to coach on this field is just as fun as play.
Oh, sure.
But I figure those coaches, I bet they're hungry I bet they'd give anything to put on the cleats one more time and play.
Well, so ball outside there.
Seems like the conference didn't work, so he goes right back out towards the outside corner.
Harvey check swing there. Ball 2.
Just a reminder, we are live today Centerville throws it down to first. Sluter will advance to third, and Neidhart will get to second. So silly play there from the Elks, as now the Eagles have runners in scoring position. But back to what I was saying, we are live. We are streaming live today. So as you're going to see, Smith just overthrow the first baseman. Neidhart diving back, but gets up and advances. So we'll see what Harvey can do with 2 runners in scoring position. I mean, he could tie this game up now if he can turn on one.
Well, the all-important word there, if. It's all up to the young man. Harvey checks his swing. Thought about going for it. 3-1 the count now. 1 ball away from bases loaded. Going back up to Bassano, who had that double earlier. We know he's got the power to do it. Pitch.
Man.
Ooh, he did not like that one.
That's twice. I think it was Whitaker last time. So Whitaker and now Harvey both think it's ball 4, but now we got a full count, 2 down.
Also, that's something you got to keep in mind for Milford is umpire's going to be a little generous to the pitcher on that side of the plate.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that one. I would have thought that's a ball, but umpire calls it a strike, and so Milford is down in the inning. Does manage to score 1 run, makes it 3-1. So that is the score as it stands as we head to the top of the 5th.
I'm still in shock. I thought that was inside.
Yeah, no kidding. I think, wow. Well, it's a little faulty. We can't see nearly as well from up here. So on the replay, you can see it, but I imagine there were plenty in the stands who were given pause there for just a moment, thinking, man, we should have had that.
Yeah, you know, Coach Kilgore talking about his lineup changes, but probably also voicing his frustration towards the home plate umpire with just a little inconsistency, but they might not always be right, but they're never wrong. We got to remember that about our high school officials. They're taking time out of their day to be here and do this. They obviously can't make a living off of it, but you know, there is a shortages of officials all over the country just because of the way they're treated by fans and by coaches. And people just don't have that desire to do it anymore.
Oh, I remember when I played Little League ball, you'd have some of the parents getting up and they'd absolutely get in the face of these umpires, and for what? We're all in, 5th grade? So, sometimes, yeah, the umpires do take a little bit of heat, and you got to be careful if you're shouting at them too much, because the next thing you know, they take revenge on your son.
Right.
So, hopefully not too much heckling of the umpires today.
We've got a new pitcher for the Eagles, Braden Pickett, the sophomore. So some youth on the mound for the Eagles. As Sam Greenwell is back in left field. Sluter in right. I believe that's Hunter out there in center. Also, Mason Harvey, the junior, calling the shots behind the plate. We'll see if the Eagles defense can get out of it. So we head to the top of the 5th. Centerville leads 3-1. Centerville has 3 hits, 2 errors. Milford with 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. Takes first pitch ball from Pickett.
Well, it's all important here. Right now it's a close game, and if you're Milford, you intend to keep it that way. cannot give up any easy runs here. Concentrate, no errors. And for Centerville, you're looking to blast this thing wide open if you can. Stay on the hot scoring tear that you've been on of late.
Shea Henderson at the plate, 1-1 count. Pickett works right the outside corner. Steve, right two. No, it's cool. It's cool being up here right next to Marty's booth, as this is his last season here at Great American Ballpark, and he'll be stepping down from Reds on radio duties. And just a cool environment to be able to be up here and get to see where Marty is, because Marty's been with the Reds for forever, and just he's the voice of the Reds. So it's gonna be interesting next year when we see who takes over the radio duties, as Bubba Baker fields it and gets it over for 1 out.
Well, they're still looking for their next voice, and obviously whether it's coming after Brenneman, coming after Vin Scully for the Dodgers, those are big shoes to fill. So you just have to take a different approach to it, realize that you can't be him, just be yourself. I think one of the early candidates arising for the Reds is going to be Tommy Thrall. They brought him on. He does some of the pregame, postgame stuff, and he'll be filling in for Marty the games that he doesn't call this season. I believe they brought him up from AA Pensacola, and he's doing well so far.
Great, that's what we like to see. And I think you saying being yourself and being original, I believe that's like a huge part to doing announcing, because you're not going to be a Jim Nance, or you're not going to be a Marty Brenneman or a Joe Nuxall. So when you are yourself, I think that's what makes you develop that mantra and that motto, and then he'll become the voice of the Reds. And as long as he said, and this one belongs to the Reds, I don't care what he does.
You're right.
It's a triple-decker foul ball, but that off the camera, heads up. Ooh. Man, that worked its way all the way back down to the netting as it landed up on the upper deck, the view levels they call it here at Great American Ballpark. Took a bounce off the camera stand right above the first base dugout, and then worked its way back all the way back down. So back to play.
Milford fan gave it right back. Wants no part of a foul ball from Centerville.
Might have a baseball shortage, as they're not blessed with the luxury of having a billion baseballs a year. So, the team might be like, hey, we need that for batting practice or whatnot, just because, you're on a certain budget, where Major Leagues, they've got spring training baseballs, and they've got a gajillion baseballs coming to them from Rawlings every year. Full count here.
It's just sort of dawned on me as I was looking at both teams here. This looks like a classic game between the Reds and the Pirates. I mean, you'd already mentioned that the Pinstripes are classic Reds, but as I'm looking over at Centerville, you could totally see visiting out for uniforms for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, and I think that's a great reference. The Reds Pirates is, as we mentioned, another big rivalry. Yeah, it's not like, I mean that picture of Puig when he wanted to take on the whole Pirates team, that might be one of my favorite pictures. Is you're going to see a shot to left center. We'll see if he gets there. Drops it.
Hey, he heard you talking about Puig. He was going to go ahead and take his shot. Slides in with a double.
No, he gets out, so he dropped it out there in center.
Wow.
And he was going back to tag. So even after the error for the Eagles, they're still able to get the lead runner out, as just some confusion there out in center.
And sticking with Puig, that's something he's had in his history, is some odd base running calls.
So as you're going to see, but it is a force out there at second base. So the tag wasn't needed, but put it down just in case. So we're going to get a called time here from the first base coach to talk with the umpire about what just happened there. I think he was giving his answer. So got 2 down here for the Elks. The Eagles get out of trouble after a long shot, but able to bounce back and use the force as Nick Hoffman is up at the plate for the Elks, runner on first. Pickett working from the stretch. Checks him over at first. Nothing to check. He's only about a step off. The Eagles infield has done a great job of keeping the ball close on bad throws. And they are keeping him honest down there at first base. They are not letting him have it as Becker throws down, or Harvey, pardon me, throws down to first. As that's 2 throwdowns. Outside corner, ball 1. 1-1. Pickett checks the runner, sets. Comes the pitch. Inside. That'll be foul. Ooh, landed right under his seat. How about that? So we got 1 and 2, 2 down, runner on first. We'll see if the Eagles are able to get out of this inning, get the bats started.
Runner going.
And that's going to be a bloop. He might score.
Yeah, had the early jump there.
Yeah, he's coming. And Centerville slides. It was a stand-up. He would have been safe if he was standing up, but Centerville does score.
Yeah, you got to get the dirt on your jersey.
Yeah, hey, this is the red stadium jersey, guys. I'm not washing the uniform the rest of the year.
Rest of the year, I'm not washing it ever. Keeping that on there.
Hey, Coach, we need to order a new one. I framed it.
Yeah. Jersey's going up on my wall. If you can take care of that, take it up with the equipment manager.
Exactly. Jared Lieberman steps in. Centerville now leads 4-1 after a stand-up double RBI for the Elks. Pickett outside, ball 1. It's not what the Eagles wanted. So they're down 3 runs now here with only 3 at-bats left. See what the Eagles can do after, see if they can get out of it. A 2-0 count for Pickett. Runner on second. Center fielder shading just right of the second base bag with a lefty at the plate. Lieberman takes one inside. Ball 3. I mean, Pickett's just praying for a ground ball or something. Doesn't need a strikeout, but just something to, get him out of this inning and get the Eagles bats working. As strike 1. All right, umpire is staying to it. Like in those outside corners. 3-1. Here to Lieberman. Pickett sets, deals, high, ball 4. Now Drew Smith, the senior catcher, up at the plate.
Yeah, got to calm him down a little bit, as you see on that last pitch. Got away from him a little bit. Now you got a runner on first and second. So, calm him down. All you need is 1 out. Don't have to go do too much. Just do your job.
Now, if I'm Pickett, I would work the bottom of the zone. Just try and get a ground ball. Don't leave anything hanging. No curveballs or off-speed hanging, because Centerville's obviously proved they can turn on one and they can put them deep. So we'll see what Smith does here. As he takes ball 1. Some action down there in the Eagles bullpen. Coach Kilgore continuing this rotation of using one pitcher an inning after Hunter had 2 innings to start the game. It only gave up 1 run, but like you mentioned earlier, just didn't want the brigade to start from the Elks. We've got a 2-0 count.
Yeah, that 1-0 can be a little misleading. Ooh.
Fair ball down the left field line. That'll score 1. Maybe 2. Nope.
Gonna hold him up there. Yeah, that 1 run can be a little misleading, because he did have bases loaded there, so it could have gotten away from him there.
There's a stand-up double from Smith. Elks now out to a 5-1 lead. First base coach bringing down all the accessories from his players, all the Evo shields and batting gloves. Looks like he ran out of room. So he's giving them back to his first baseman just in case the Elks offense starts to pick up again. Now batting number 16, Ethan Muckerhide, sophomore, shortstop and third baseman. Runners in scoring position for the Elks. Sophomore Drew Pickett on the mound, just trying to get out of the inning as quick as he can and let his offense go back to work and try and get something started. Pickett sets. Deals just a bit outside. Just a lot of nerves here for this Eagles pitching staff today. I mean, as one would suspect, you know, pitching here for the first time maybe in your career on a major league level. There's a ground ball, foul, fielded by Centerville's third base coach.
Well, and there's no shame from the performance either. I mean, Centerville's batting .324 as a team, so I mean they've been relatively hot this season, and they put up 145 runs. So you try and limit the damage, do what you can do, and you hope that your bats are able to match weight with theirs.
Strike on the inside corner and make it 150 so far, including the 5 runs on today. But man, I'd love to see someone out there in the left field bleachers just keeping track of strikeouts, see if we're on pace for La Rosa's or not.
Yeah, I want pizza. I want it bad.
Just a bit outside. Got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs scored so far in the inning, 2 runners on.
For a little while there, you get yourself a scoop of UDF ice cream. That was always a fun one for me.
That'll score 2 more runs for the Elks. Stand-up single.
And this is what can happen. They are quite a force to be reckoned with. Just like that, goes from 3-1, you're 2 runs close, and all of a sudden you're down in a 6-run hole.
Comes a pitching coach for the Eagles. It's a nice little conference there on the mound just to try and settle down his sophomore pitcher.
And he already saw the Centerville manager take his time, so he's going to saunter on out there.
And that is Doug Baer. He's been the varsity pitching coach at Milford for a while now. So we'll see if he can just calm down. His sophomore pitcher out there, as the Eagles still have someone working out there in the bullpen. Coach Kilgore just made some lineup adjustments, but I mean, the game's not over yet. I mean, it could be a tale. The Eagles bats get hot. They're in the bottom of the 5th or 6th. I mean, with them being the home team, they have until the bottom of the 7th. So you don't have to get it all back in one inning. Just get out of this inning. Yeah, you've given up 4, but that's okay. Get out of the inning. Just maybe 2 or 3. Just try and chunk away at it, and you'll be good. So we'll see what goes on for the Eagles and the fans. When they would take their $10 ticket from today's game, they receive a free Skyline Coke.
Oh, how about that?
So,
does that also apply to the announcers who have showed up for this game?
Maybe we could work something out.
I was going to say, someone needs to hook us up there. Get us a couple of conies.
Exactly.
It's always a good time.
That's just a Cincinnati delicacy. Even if you're not from Cincinnati watching the game, you're missing out. But thank you to Skyline and all they do for supporting all these events, even the ones that aren't played here at Great American Ballpark. These are an all-season thing, baseball and softball, and they do a great job of hosting. Also, Cincinnati Children's, one of the big sponsors of the showcase. So, thank you to all of the sponsors for helping put this together and let some of these kids experience something that they might not get to experience down the line, whether they don't pursue a professional baseball career or they just don't make it. As there's another throw over from Pickett. Got to keep him honest down there at first base. Pickett working quickly, sets, deals, just a bit outside. Ball 3. I'm thinking if Pickett walks him here, that we'll see a pitching change for the Eagles just to try and get out of the inning.
I would imagine sometimes you got to turn to someone who's got a little stronger stuff, as that one's probably going to sail over the head of the right fielder.
That might be that's a 3-bagger easily. Sluter fields it, gets it into Bassano. Bassano to third. Head first dive. Is he going to go? Oh, he's going.
Oh, my goodness.
Greenwell. There's an inside the park home run for your day. How about that? It might be scored as a triple in an air, but nonetheless, he still hits them all.
Bases clearing, too.
And the Elks continue to open up as Sluter had a bad judge on it. Gets it into Bassano. Bassano gets it to Baker. Baker doesn't field it very well after the head first slide, and then gets into home for the inside the park home run.
There's some more dirt on the jersey. Centerville's got plenty of it today.
Absolutely.
They're going to have to order whole new uniforms for the team.
We're back into the top of the lineup, Ryan Stahl. There's a strike. Nothing really you can do there. Centerville just did a great job of turning on it. That was Moyer. Moyer turned on it, and there's a ground ball fielded by Baker. Baker crosses body. There's out number 3. But the damage was done. Centerville puts up 6 in the top of the 5th. Now out to a 9-1 lead. So the Eagles need to get the bats hot. They still have some time to do some damage, but I mean the offense just needs to get something to it. But we'll be right back after this short break.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Titans go! When the Teen Titans go to the movies, they know the best way to travel is safely.
Road trip! You know it's super.
To keep your child safe, be sure to use the right car seat for their age and size.
Exactly.
Hollywood, here we come! The Atom has arrived!
Have a seat, my dude. For more information on finding the right seat, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Impressive.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Great American Ballpark. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Centerville put up a 6 spot in the top of the 5th. Score is now 9-1. Sterling Hill on the mound now for the Elks. Number 5, the senior shortstop, Anthony Bassano, leading off for the Eagles. Top of the order, and their bats need to get hot here soon because not much time left as Hill deals. Bassano turns on one down the left field line. That'll be fair.
There we go.
That'll be 2 easily.
Man, he's loving that left side of the field there. Second double of the game.
Yeah, great job by Bassano, just turning on one he likes. Way to get the bat started for the Eagles. Now coming in, number 12, Sam Greenwell, the senior, left fielder. But we're going to get a pinch runner now for the Eagles. Number 2, Tyler Rollins, the junior. He might be small, but he's fast. So we got to watch out for Rollins because he might be able to score on just a bloop single if he gets a good jump.
I was wondering if Bassano didn't step off the bag just a little too early there. I was afraid for a second. I'm like, step back on. Get your time first.
Exactly, yeah. Just make sure you're there. No hidden ball trick. Hill works. Inside corner.
My very first at-bat ever. I hit a double, got out to second base, but I wasn't quite familiar with the rules yet, and I just was like, all right, cool, I'm on second base, I'm going to take my lead right now, and the second baseman still had the ball, just walked over, tagged me out, and I had to go endure the humiliation of sitting down.
Man, that one had to hurt.
It still sticks in the memory, as you can tell. I did not forget that one quickly.
2-0 here to Greenwell.
Neither did my teammates. That was a whole lot of fun. Hipsley, what are you doing?
Forgive and forget, right?
Yeah.
3-0 here to Greenwell, so we'll see if this bat leaves the shoulder of Greenwell. Wait for a good pitch, but Rollins can score. Inside, ball 4, and here comes Calvin Hunter. And see, Hunter's also a tall kid, 6'3", 6'4" area. And if he can get his hands turned on one, he could get back 3 runs right here, and I think that's what the Eagles need. But, I mean, they scored their first run last inning, so if they can just continue to progress as number 4, for Centerville, Connor Walsh, is headed down towards the bullpen. A little mound meeting. Hunter at the plate, right-handed batter, as we've mentioned multiple times. Headed off to Marshall in the fall. Speaking of green teams, here is Harrison, the Wildcats, after making the trek down here. Have arrived. They are the second of 3 games today. Hill pitches. Low, ball 1. Centerville trying to keep Rollin honest down there. Not a very big lead. Steps off. Hill. Hunter turns on one.
Yikes.
That'll score 2. That's a stand-up double. There goes Rollins. Greenwell's hauling around third. Hunter wants 3. Nope. And there's 2 runs for the Eagles. That's huge. Great job by Calvin Hunter, turning on one, putting the one out there in the power alley near the NOCO start dead batteries.
That's a shot of Nas right into the engine system. That'll get it going right there.
Absolutely. Exactly what that's exactly what the doctor ordered. And great job from Calvin to, it's only a 6-run game now. And the Elks put up 6 last inning, so it's easily doable. Hunter having a conversation with his third base coach and manager, Tom Kilgore. Quick mound meeting this time from the Elks. Great job of getting in and getting out. So we'll see how Hill bounces back as number 21, Hunter Frank, the junior infielder, first baseman. Left-handed. See if he can get Calvin Hunter and get this to a 5-run game. Grant Whitaker, the junior second baseman, in the on-deck circle for the Eagles. Hunter not taking a huge lead. Frank watches ball 1. You gotta love his approach. He's no batting gloves and he's already choking up. I think he might have taken a couple tips from Votto, as Votto just works his way up that bat, and there's a foul ball off the second pitch. But not keeping your hands right down there on the bottom of the bat, and then just working up and just trying to shorten your swing, make the strike zone smaller as the count progresses. 1-1. Hill sets. Deals just a bit outside. Shout out to our friend Harry Doyle for that quote. There's a foul ball from Frank. Strike 2. Bob Euchre, the announcer for the Brewers, longtime announcer for the Brewers, but made a cameo in the movie Major League as Ricky Vaughn wasn't really able to control his fastball at first.
It's just one of the classics.
Strike 3 swinging on Frank. Low in the dirt. Here comes Whitaker. 1 down. So see if Whitaker can get Hunter to the plate. In the on-deck circle for the Eagles, number 20, Braden Pickett. As you just see, just a low swing, and Frank was very frustrated after swinging at it. He knew he shouldn't have. Outside, ball 1. As you see out there in right field, the new Milford Eagle, after a community-wide search for a new logo to try and unify the schools as one. The baseball uniform still repping the old Eagle as of now. But if you are in the Milford area, you will become very familiar with that new Eagle logo, as it was a community-wide branding issue, and a lot of the work at the high schools has gone on so far of trying to convert all the old Eagles into the new ones. So we'll see a great job from the design staff. As a strike 1 there, 2-1.
It looks classy. Little less like Philadelphia Eagles ripoff, and a little more like something of your own.
Yeah, I think that was like really what they wanted, was something new, and a lot of the new logos actually have the M in it, so it's the Eagle and the M. Whitaker turns on 1 to third. That'll be a ground out. 2 down here for the Eagles. Hunter on second. Here comes number 20, Braden Pickett. But yeah, I think it got mixed emotions to start when they first unveiled it. But I think a lot of the parents and then students have really embraced this new M, and one of the sayings is to unite the M. So I think doing a great job of a new logo and making it their own.
Well, and all you got to do is stick with it a little bit, because people will come around on that sort of thing. Even if there's divided opinion initially, once you give it some time to test out and actually see it in action, these things always settle in, and people enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how else the school develops that new M as they throw back at Hunter.
Oh my goodness.
Hunter takes out the second base or the shortstop, but trying to keep Calvin Hunter honest back there as Braden Pickett's at the plate. 1-0 count, 2 down. Grady Sluter standing in the on-deck circle. They are donning the new M on their batting helmets, but not just the hats or uniforms just yet. Still trying to work on the process of that, and we'll be dealing with new athletic director Aaron Zupka, who was recently hired from Middletown High School. There's strike one. Great hire for the Eagles. Mark Trout, a longtime athletic director, will be heading to the junior high to just work on junior high athletics, and I think Mr. Zupka will be a great hire and will really embrace Milford and a new style of unity as he heads down I-75 for Middletown, as I mentioned. 2-1 for Pickett. Hill sets. Deals. There's a little bloop. See who gets it. Be fly out, and that'll be the third out of the inning. But the Eagles put up 2, 9-3 as we head to the top of the 6th. We'll go back to So Eagles put up 2 there. We'll see if they can continue to keep the bats hot, and we'll see if the pitching staff is able to cool down Centerville, as we're going to step away for a short break. We'll be right back after this.
Jeff, thank you so much. And first of all, I want to thank the committee for selecting me as one of the outstanding community people, and I really do appreciate that. It makes me feel great.
Grandson Matt's just about to get his project approved, so he'll be an Eagle.
We say thank you for the freedom that you have given us. We are here because of you.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back, sports fans, to this first Reds Futures pregame. We've got the first game going here between Centerville and Milford, but as you can see on screen, Harrison and Edgewood both have arrived. They are out in force, ready to go for the second game. In the first game here, we've got a 9-3 score as Centerville used a big 5th inning to pull ahead. And Milford, trying to come back from behind, scored 2 runs in the bottom of the frame. So here we go for the 6th. First pitch is fouled off.
That's Anthony Bassano leaving the shortstop position and heading into, or coming in to pitch for the Eagles.
Second pitch is outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count for Morgan Colopy.
Had a home run earlier today, and he smacked that thing straight down the left field line.
The grounder here to the second baseman, thrown on to first. 1 down in the inning.
Great job by Whitaker to field that and get the out. 1 down, and that's what you like to see if you're the Eagles. If you can get a couple quick outs and get back in to the plate, just because, I mean, you were hot to start that bottom of the 5th there. So if they can get a quick 1, 2, 3 here for Centerville and get back to the plate, I think the Eagles could make this an interesting game.
So coming in here to continue the heart of the order, Jenkins is going to take strike 1. Second pitch, eyeing inside. 1-1 the count.
I don't know where those clouds came from, but those are delightful. It was starting to get a little toasty up here in the visitors' television booth.
Cools it down, blocks out the sun a little bit so the outfield can see. I think all around a good thing. Love a little cloud cover.
Just a little bit. You know, don't take the heat away from me. Just, I mean, it was just getting a little hot up here, and I was like, all right, so let's do what we can, right?
Exactly. A little bit of nature's cooling system there as we see 2-2 the count now. And a pitch fouled off down the right field line.
So it looks like it was Henderson that led off the inning. Colopy he was a little more quick of getting out in the dugout, and he was in the on-deck circle. So this is Colopy, and Jenkins is in the on-deck circle now. So that's my bet.
There we go. Just questioning myself a little bit because I remember number 8, Jenkins, the first baseman. He looks like a man amongst boys. And I saw him on the on-deck circle. I'm like, I know for sure who he is. He is a big dude. The punch out there sends the aforementioned Jenkins up to the plate with 2 down in the inning. Takes inside for ball 1.
Sano's working quick. You know, he wants to get back, wants to get his team back to the plate. So, you know, he's not doing anything. There's a ground ball to second. Whitaker fields it. Got it.
Had a heavy look at it, but it is corralled. They're down 1, 2, 3 in the inning. Milford due up. Well, so now this is an opportunity for Milford. They need to average 3 runs per inning to close this out if they want to send it to extra innings. A little more than that if they want to go ahead and win the ball game and have something fun going into their senior prom. We'll see if they do it when we come back from this break.
Marie, you have pre-diabetes.
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get pre-diabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for pre-diabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
María, ¿tiene usted prediabetes?
¿Prediabetes? Ah, no, mire, doctor, yo no tengo tiempo ni de comer bien ni de hacer ejercicio. Yo soy una mamá muy ocupada.
Ay, pero ¿por qué no me lo dijo usted antes?
¿Cómo?
Claro, porque las mamás muy ocupadas como usted no pueden tener prediabetes. Permítame enseñarle. Aquí están las personas en riesgo de tener prediabetes y aquí, al final, mire, las mamás ocupadas como usted.
¿En serio?
No.
I tried Oxy at a couple of parties. I didn't know it'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
And welcome back in. We've got you with the bottom of the 6th inning. Centerville Elks and Milford Eagles playing here. It's going to be Brady Sluter to lead off the inning for the Eagles. Warming up just outside the circle now. so far most of the action coming from Centerville, but I would imagine Milford's looking to make a run here.
It's obviously doable. You know, Centerville putting up 6 in the 5th inning, so we'll just see if the Eagles bats can get hot, see if Coach Kilgore decides to use any pinch hitters and get something rolling for the Eagles.
Pitch to be delivered here. Ball 1.
So that's Shea Henderson on the mound for the Elks.
Henderson deals the second. Ball 2. That one's cracked out into left field, but tracked down there. That's going to be Muckerhide with the running snag. 1 down in the inning. So that'll bring up Bubba Baker now. Takes a crack at the first pitch he sees. Foul ball nearly ran to our side. Could have had a crack at that one.
About 10-foot pole, I think might have had it.
Yeah, we'll bring the big butterfly net next time. Second pitch inside. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. And a pitch. Right down Broadway. 1-2.
Looks like the Eagles are going to bring back Adam Yo, senior catcher. He's on the on-deck circle.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So one up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down. And now some of the fading hopes of the Milford Eagles relies on Adam Yo.
All he needs is a ground out to complete the hat trick. How to fly out, how to strike out. Just get the ground out. It's the 1-2-3 inning for the Elks.
Well, that is not the design of Adam Yo as he stares down pitcher Henderson. Henderson makes the pitch, ball 2.
Eagles still have some action in the bullpen. Seems like it's been consistent action down there in that bullpen for Milford today.
Henderson deals, strike 1. 2-1 now to Adam Yo. Pitch. Swung on. Could be playable. Just beyond the net. So Yo's safe for another pitch. 2-2 now the count. I think there's a little bit of rain due in the forecast for later today, but at least for now, this is some of the best weather that you could have asked for early.
Absolutely.
And 3-2 makes it a full count. Here comes the money pitch. And it's going to be high. Yo takes his base.
Yo's going to take second. He wanted to.
He was certainly thinking about it.
Absolutely. If you're the catcher and you're going to walk back to it, why not? You know, catch them off their feet, catch them off guard.
I'll take a look there. Little bad boy from Milford.
Done a great job today. So even him getting to experience this field at a young age, maybe he'll be playing in this game or playing in this field someday down the road.
Start him early, start him young. Throw back on to first base. Hendrickson looks to keep him honest. Yo with a hand back towards first. And a pitch on. Strike 1. And diving back is Yo. The pitch swung on to the third baseman, calmly throws it to first, and that's going to end the inning. Well, so no blood drawn there by the Milford Eagles. That's going to leave the score at 9-3. We will have Centerville coming back up next in just a moment with the top of the 7th inning. Stick around.
Hi, I'm Clark. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
And so we're going to bring you back into the top of the 7th inning here.
Double zero. Man, you don't see that a lot. Will Rahe for the Elks will lead off the inning.
That's always fun. Decides to try and launch one out to start. Foul down the right field line.
So Pisano back on the bump. Will take that first strike. See if he can keep the score at what it is, and the Eagles can have a big bottom of the 7th. So Pisano gets back on the bump. Rahe steps in. Pisano deals. Outside. Catcher Yo didn't look too thrilled with that pitch from Pisano. They're going to have a little chit-chat about halfway between the mound and home plate.
Hopefully back on the same page now as he trots back.
Pitching coach gives Yo sign. Pisano deals. High, ball 2. 2-1. Just a few defensive switches for the Eagles. Got Cam Atwell at third, as that's a foul ball. Second level, Bubba Baker taking over at short for Pisano. Got Calvin Hunter in center, Sluter in right, Greenwell in left, Whitaker at second, Frank at first, Yo behind the plate. Foul, strike 2. Two. Rahe. Pisano deals. Be a liner right back up the middle, fielded by Hunter. Rahe gets aboard, the junior infielder. Starts off top of the 7th with a hit for the Elks.
Yeah, he cranked that one. Nice hit to lead things off for the young man. Gets his first hit in Great American Ballpark.
Here comes Chris King, another pinch hitter for the Elks. Seems like the Elks have decided to let their younger players play a little bit. We'll have 3 straight pinch hitters. Pisano deals. There's another one straight to center field, but looks like Hunter will get it. on the run. One down. Matt Graveline, the freshman catcher outfielder, in for the Elks. One down, runner at first. Hunter Frank keeping him honest over there.
And Graveline's the only freshman that's on this Centerville roster. Has absolutely earned that spot. He's already got himself a scouting page out there, and it looks pretty good thus far. He's been in 14 games so far this season, and he's batting about .320.
They're just trying to keep him honest down there at first. 1-1. Pisano sets, deals, outside. 2-1. But yeah, as a freshman, you know, getting your name out there, and you know, with baseball, you can be drafted right out of high school. Cameron Varga, who attended Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy, went straight to the Rays out of high school, was a verbal commit to North Carolina, and decided to test his draft stock, and was drafted to like their single A rookie program, but nonetheless can still get drafted straight out of high school. So, you know, Graveline having that scouting page as a freshman, and with some of the guys from MLB Network here or the MLB working. So, trying to make a name for himself here at GABP.
Yeah, CHCA is my alma mater, so we are familiar with Cam over there. As that's an out made there in right field. Man, he was something else. Now, granted, we've got a weaker conference, so you know he was running through some lesser guys. But I mean, I believe he had a game where he recorded every single out was a strikeout, and he just pitched through 21 Ks in a game. And just, I mean, you would see major league scouts at every game. They'd show up. They had the radar guns out. You know, you'd tell the umpires when they were coming in, "Boy, you're about to see something today," because he was something else.
Yeah, so best of luck to him, and as he works his way up the MLB ranks. As Joe Rackworth steps in. Rackworth is a junior for the Elks. 2 down here so far. Pisano deals, strike 1. Ball 1. 1-1, 2 down. Pisano trying to get out of this inning so the Eagles bats can try and get to work, as they're holding on to their last hope here to try and make this game interesting and walk out of here with a win. But as of now, it's looking like it's going to go Centerville's way, as there's a strike 2 looking. Pisano's got 1 and 2, 2 down. Pisano sets. Sidearm pitch, foul ball.
You'd imagine with most of these Centerville players, if they're getting subbed in, they're not going down looking, they're going down swinging.
Absolutely. Take what you can get and just swing. And there is a pop. That might get down. Oh, Hunter lays out for it. But looks like that might be another run for the Elks. Sluter picks it up, gets it into Bubba Baker. Bubba Baker throws it home. Safe at home. Calvin Hunter with a diving effort that comes up just short. The Elks now take a 10-3 lead.
Centerville has scored 10 runs in 3 of their last 4 games. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, being able to average to do that is crazy. And you know that GWAC National East it's not a league to sleep on. And Centerville's obviously running straight through it, as there's a first look strike for number 1, Kyle Moyer. Sano sets, deals. Strike 3. Catches Moyer looking, but the Eagles will need a miracle as we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th. The Eagles need 7 to send it to extras, 8 to win it. We've got the heart of the order coming up for the Eagles. So see what Coach Tom Kilgore and the Milford staff has in mind for this bottom of the 7th. We're going to get number 22, Cam Hemmert, the junior outfielder, stepping into the on-deck circle, left-handed hitter.
Substitutions of their own from Milford.
But I believe Hunter Frank is going to lead off the inning and then go to Hemmert, but I could be wrong. Got 21-22. Got Milford's bullpen session coming back. Realize it's the 7th. Got nothing else to do. Standing down there in the bullpen, so why not come enjoy the game from the dugout? So I got to ask, what would your walk-up song be if you got to sit there and really choose one for just a game or so?
Oh, man, there are so many great ones out there, and I've thought about that for quite some time. I can never quite settle on one. One of my favorite ones I've got two ones that I've heard in this stadium that I really like. Todd Frazier, Fly Me to the Moon, doesn't get too much better than that. But back a little further than that, when Scott Rowland had Brass Monkey.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one as a walk-up. That was a good one. I would say, give yourself a real good pep up there. I go with something like Kickstart My Heart, Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah.
That's one to get everybody fired up. Me, the fans, everyone. You get everyone into it, get loud.
Hemmert's going to lead off the inning for the Eagles. Watch the ball one is number 7, Shea Hendrickson is still on the mound.
What's your ideal?
Probably Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Hey, there you go.
After seeing Bohemian Rhapsody, it's like, just like, don't stop me because, like, I'm going to be hot coming up. So, I think, Freddie does a really great job on that song. So it would have to be that. But I'd probably change as Hemmert puts one in the power alley, and that's going to get down. And we'll see if I think Hemmert might get 3 out of this on the up. He rounds second. Kilgore's going to keep him. And that's a stand-up triple to lead off the bottom of the 7th for junior Cam Hemmert. Multi-sport athlete, plays basketball and football in what he would call his free time. Here comes Calvin Hunter. Calvin had a big shot to the left center power alley, but Cam Hemmert, left-handed batter, pinch hitting, just turns on one. Does a great job of putting it out there near the Ollie's Bargain Outlet 370 power alley just to get some life here for the Eagles. Hunter checks his swing. Ball. Hendrickson still working from the windup. Doesn't think he really needs to check on Hemmert there too much. Hunter takes ball 2. 2-0. We'll see what Calvin Hunter does. If he gets one he likes, he might turn on it and can get the Eagles on some life. Ball 3. 3-0. Hendrickson working quickly. Wants to get out of here and enjoy the rest of his Saturday, but not if the Eagles have anything to do with it. There's strike 1. It has cooled down a little bit. Clouds taking over, but still a gorgeous day here in Cincinnati. Rain in the forecast, knock on wood. Hopefully it doesn't have to affect anything, but there is a walk. There goes Calvin Hunter down to first base. As here comes number 21, Hunter Frank, first baseman, junior.
Eagles trying to extend this out just a little bit. They're not quite ready to go home.
Not just yet, trying to embrace and enjoy every second of it. So we'll see if the Eagles can spark some life and at least try and make this game somewhat interesting. Hunter Frank, left-handed batter, first baseman. Hendrickson working from the stretch. Just a bit. Oh, strike 1. Wow, great framing there by Smith. That was a little outside. Interesting sets. deals. Frank turns on one. Will it get down? And
just does, but tagging up
is Hemmer, and be 10-4. One down. Grant Whitaker at the plate for the Eagles. Great effort out there in left field. You know, sliding play just to try and, because I mean that could have been detrimental if that would have got past him. That would have scored 2, and that could have sparked a ton of life into that Eagles offense. But great play nonetheless. Comes Grant Whitaker, the junior second baseman.
I am just seeing for the first time. I haven't been in the ballpark yet this season to see the Reds, but on the foul poles, root for the chicken.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A doing a great job of getting their name out there. I mean, you know, their customer service is second to none. But yeah, that's something new. Like you, this is my first time at the park this year. Is Whitaker grounds to second. They'll opt to take the force out, and here comes pinch hitter sophomore Tyler Hewlett. So Reds down, or Eagles down to their last out here in the bottom of the 7th. Runner on first. But interesting take on the foul poles there is Chick-fil-A decides, no, I don't want a wall spot. I'm going to go with the foul poles.
Hey, I think every spot in this stadium is for sale, so if you can pick out something new and unique, I say go for it.
Absolutely. You don't see that a lot in other parks, and you know, they've even got the cow up there at the top of the foul pole, so, you know, they always do that, the game, to spot the cow to win free Chick-fil-A or something like that, but great job by Chick-fil-A and their marketing team. As there goes Whitaker off the missed ball. 2-0 to Hewlett, 2 down. Runner on second, 10-4 Centerville.
The other big change, now I did see this because I was segueing down by the river just in the last week or so. The clock now is backed by Big Lots. Formica is out after years of sponsorship, and so you got the Big Lots clock up there now. It'll take a little bit of getting used to.
Looks like we just missed a balk there from Hendrickson, so that'll advance Whitaker to third with 2 down. But yeah, that's a big change. Reds obviously trying to make the stadium a better place. I was seeing that the riverboat out there in center field, tickets were going for $15 for a game.
Oh, there you go.
Did you see ball 3 to Tyler Hewlett?
So it doesn't look like major danger yet for the Elks, but
there's ball 4.
With a little bit of careless pitching here, you could give the Eagles a little bit of life. So time to be careful now with Hendrickson. Get yourself out of the inning.
Sluter coming into the plate. Bubba Baker on deck. Sluter, left-handed batter, as we mentioned, tall frame, 6'4", multi-sport athlete, baseball and basketball. So we'll see what life Sluter can bring to this Eagles as they're holding on to their last breath. There's a high foul ball. Someone get it. Lady running away from it. Might have had seams ingrained in her back after that one, but glad everyone is okay.
Yeah, nearly drilled mama.
And I don't think that would have been good. And there comes the sun again. There's ball 1 outside. You know, not as many people to fight over that foul ball, so you actually got to watch out because you might get one when you weren't expecting it.
Keep your head on a swivel, folks.
Henderson sets, deals. Sluter turns on it up the middle.
Heyo.
That'll score 1 run. Hewlett up to second, no problem. So we've got a 10-5 game as Bubba Baker, the sophomore, steps in. See what other life he can bring to this Eagles offense.
I would imagine Hendrickson stays in as the pitcher to close this thing out, but you wonder, already given up 2 runs, if he gives up a couple more, do the Elks start sending someone out to the bullpen to start warming up?
Yeah, that bullpen's kind of dry, so that even if they even bring someone in from the field just as another arm and to try and get out of the game without any more damage. As Baker takes ball 1. Looks like we're going to get a mound meeting. This might be number 3. Umpire's like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. I'm already trying to widen the strike zone just a little bit to get us out of here, and you want to go to the mound and take a meeting?
Exactly. I mean, he's probably just as hungry. I mean, he's been standing down there in the sun.
Yeah.
Wants to get out there and cool down a little bit.
He's trying to go get that free cheese coney.
Exactly. Or, I mean, I think I saw a Centerville fan have the nacho helmet, but I could be wrong. But, you know, everything just sounds good when you're hungry.
Yeah, it
Now,
does.
there's a reference from the past.
Even one of those cold Cokes over there in Marty's fridge.
Oh, man. Oh, we can see him here through the glass. That's torture. That's just criminal. Launched out into right field.
Diving play, and that's out number 3. And Centerville will take the game 10-5. Great outing. Great time by both teams. Nathaniel, what's your final takeaway?
Well, great effort put out by both sides. It's just that 5th inning, top of the 5th, Centerville was able to pull away, and that made all the difference in the game. But congrats to both gentlemen, having a great play out here at Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, thank you again to ICRC-TV for doing the game. Thank you to Milford High School and all the people making this possible. For a great crew, for Jason Dudley, I'm David Olson. We'll see you next time.